And we're back on Second Street talking about the situation in Venezuela, Brazil, and South America overall. Marco, before the break, you were talking to us a little bit about Venezuela and how it used to be doing so well economically. You said it was actually doing better than Canada. It strikes me as just appalling, really, when you think about it, that Venezuela has I believe, the largest oil reserves in the world. They've got lots of great beaches that should be flooded, full of tourists. There's gold deposits, other minerals. It's got a lot of things going for it, but yet it's been in, as Anna described and you described, it's been in decay for a long time. You've got people suffering, millions leaving the country. What do you attribute to the reason why it's struggling so much right now?
There is a whole lot of things that explain what is happening, but it can be reduced to one word, which Anna used earlier: policy. Venezuela has lots of oil, of course, and it's a very rich country. Has lots of great food, by the way, as well. And it's a cautionary tale of what happens when people come in and essentially establish this regime that is based on class warfare, essentially, is what it is, and establish policies that aim at establishing some kind of equality of outcome, but essentially wrecks the economy, wrecks the society, seeks to establish some kind of control over all the institutions of the state, whether they are formal institutions or informal institutions. And in the name of basically trying to deal with inequality, they create such enormous problems that no economy that has ever been directed by the state has created wealth. Let's put it that way. And that is the lesson of Venezuela. It's a lesson for Canada, and I know you want to talk about that later, so I'm just going to throw that in as well. It's a cautionary tale, not just for Canada, but for all countries, right? That you can take a seemingly super rich country in the 1950s, and in the space of a single generation, in 24, 25 years, wreck it and make it one of the poorest countries in the hemisphere.
Is the fundamental problem that they've just dialed up the socialist policies too much?
It's not just too much. It's socialist policies to begin with. I don't subscribe to the idea that there is a little bit of socialism is a good thing. The reality is a little bit of socialism is kind of like the wedge. It enters the door that way, and then it just continues to expand. Venezuela is also the cautionary tale about this, right? They started with very small steps, seizing control over the media, seizing control over institutions like the courts and what have you, and the electoral process, and then it just balloons from there and wrecks everything else.
So you've given us a little bit more insight as to how things have decayed. Anna, before the break, you described a very troublesome situation for you. Particularly, your friend has been taken by the state and thrown into jail. That's one of the consequences when you have these authoritarian regimes just doing whatever they want. Do you have any details at all as to where your friend might be, or are people able to do anything to try to get her free?
Well, the case of my friend is the case of approximately more than 1,000 political prisoners that Maduro cracked down in a month, actually. So we're talking about people that were taken for the mere fact that they volunteer for the campaign of Maria Corina Machado and Edmundo Gonzalez. We're talking about people that simply posted a video on social media complaining, and that was enough reasons to be reported, because now in Venezuela, there is an application on your phone when you can report on your neighbors, on your friends, and your family, if you consider that they oppose the government. So the case of my friend Maria Oropesa, she is the leader of Maria Corina Machado's party in her state in Portuguesa, and she was taken on the first night that she denounced the Operación Tuntún on her Instagram. And on that night, they cracked down her house. She actually live streamed her own arrest, so you can see the video when the police enters and breaks into her house and take her. And the only thing that we know is that she is in El Pericoide, which is the largest torture center of South America. It was planned to be a mall, a shopping mall, and now it is a torture center under the Chavismo.
Very disturbing to hear. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about South American politics.